This is a story of how I turned my pain into purpose. I was born into a family where being a girl was seen as a curse. My father made it clear from the beginning that my mother's inability to bear a male child was unforgivable. So he left us. My mother, my two sisters, and me without a second thought. We lived in Ibadan, Apata Ibadan, where my mother did her best to raise us alone. But when I was about 10 or 11 years old, I visited my father in Lagos. It wasn't out of a longing to see him, but out of a desperate need for financial help. But what I found was a nightmare that would haunt me for years. My father, the man who was supposed to protect me, sexually abused me. I returned to Ibadan not as the same child, but as someone broken, shattered into pieces too small to be put back together. I couldn't tell anyone. So from that moment on, I withdrew into myself, burying my pain deep within me. One night, my mother sent me on an errand to a place called Logudu Bembo. A group of men attacked me, taking turns violating me in a way that left me feeling like nothing more than a shell of a person. To cope with the darkness inside of me, I turned to drugs, okay? The high was the only thing that could numb the pain, even if just for a little while. But it wasn't enough. I found myself in clubs, stripping away. I lost count of how many abortions I had. But amid all these problems, something incredible happened. Jesus found me. I didn't meet God in a church. Jesus chased me down in the most unlikely of places to pursue my heart. I met my husband. And the truth is that my husband led me to Christ and he discipled me. He came with the love of Jesus. I can't explain it fully, but it was as if a light pierced through the darkness that had consumed me for so long. I felt love for the first time. So salvation wasn't just a word anymore, it was a lifeline. And my journey did not end with Jesus finding me. It was just the beginning. I realized that my pain had a purpose, and so I needed to use my pain. Alright? I needed to make my mess a message. I began to see how my story could help others who were worst lost in the same darkness I had once been in. So I started working with people struggling with addictions, people that faced trauma and abuse. I helped them to find their way back to God and guiding them to the path of purpose that had been revealed to me. One of my favorite scripture is 2 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 4. With the same comfort I've been comforted with, I'm using to comfort others. Today, I live a life filled with meaning. I live a life filled with purpose. I have turned my pain into a purpose that drives me every day. I own rehabilitation centers where I help people. My name is Atinuke Deborah Akelawo. I call myself the Lioness and I'm a trailblazer. And so like the inscription on my t-shirt, Bruce Hills can still crush the serpent's head.